Best to keep it neutral, got my own religion. The brainwash, gotta make your own decision. My word is James Bond, I stay on a mission. Coming for the top position, ain't no competition, man. Pull up in the top, it's missing, the opposition in. All that lane switching, this is what the game is. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a joke like Chappelle show. This so perennial, do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a joke like Chappelle show. This so perennial, do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know.
All right, Coach, thanks. CA Sports coverage of the NFL has us on the west coast of the Sunshine State. Downtown Tampa's the spot, Raymond James Stadium. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Carolina Panthers and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It's an Indian summer afternoon. Perfect conditions for football, and off we go on EA Sports. That's fielded in the end zone.
Well, that return gives them a golden opportunity to go out in front. How will the defense respond after giving up that type of a return?
Mike by four. Watch the out. Hey, lady. Check 43. Hey, watch this. Check 37.
Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's second down. On second and 9, Darnold. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Gronkowski, the intended target. Well, certainly not how he wanted to start his night. First throw of the game, an INT.
Yeah, it's not easy, but he's got to try and wipe that one away from the memory banks. And let's face it, it's not often a quarterback and a defensive back have a lot in common. But one thing, because they have these individual-type plays, they've got to have short memories, don't they? DB gets beat, wipe it away, quarterback throws a pick, has to do the same thing.
First carry for Christian McCaffrey. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 43-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Here we go.
Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. He finds some open field here. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. It's a gain of 35.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to, but they didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Flush to his right. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, You'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Flushed out right. Open man is Anderson. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal. Bridgewater now. And this is going to be intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Well, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. One interception. It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
Hey, lady. Watch the ship. He's crashing. He's checking crash. The lady.
From the 24, Darnold airing this one out for Evans. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Watch twins. Watch twins. '54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Check. Check it out, read. Mike's 5'4", Mike. Red 80. 80 weapon. You're trash. Red 80. Check. Here we go. Check.
Here's Darnold. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Let's go deep, tighten up.
Here's Jones. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Mike's 54. I'm coming for you, son.
Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice, an ambitious effort, but it's well short. And that will keep this a 3-point game. Well, I was watching him in warm-ups, and he hit a 62-yarder that hit the crossbar and went over. This one a little bit inside of that, but not enough leg.
And the difference is what?
Well, your live conditions, right?
Live conditions, game conditions are a whole lot different than practice, where you just pop it up there, no rush, no pressure. I think maybe that takes a couple yards away from you when you have to do it when it's real.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. To throw is Bridgewater. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A gain there of 30 big ones.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the ball's out. McCaffrey lost it, but fortunately, a Panther was able to get on this, so Carolina keeps the ball.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And he gets it down to the 32. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
A gain of 9 yards. First down, Panthers.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Play fake. Bridgewater. That'll be taken in by Anderson. 14 yards, good for a Panther first down. Well, they brought the pressure, and that meant man coverage behind him, so he's still able to complete the pass.
Even as he took the hit, and that's what you have to do, because I was just talking with a coach the other day, and he said, look, it's not always going to be pretty back there. You're going to have to give me completions, even when you're taking some hits. Sometimes you have to be your own blitz control, for lack of a better term. Got to make completions, step up, and make those throws, and he did that.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Now a give, right side McCaffrey. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time, as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So a pretty big 3rd down mistake right there.
No doubt about it, and everyone's going to be upset. But they have to get out of this now and go ahead and play. They could have someone come at them in a big way on the next down.
McCaffrey following the penalty. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and goal.
Get him, boys. Get him, boys. Ready? Right. Keep it up, defense. Anyway. Check safety.
On the ground, McCaffrey. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. Throwing, Bridgewater. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. Robbie Anderson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Panthers have taken the lead. Bouncing back nicely from that bad opening drive where he threw the interception. Drive number 2 leads him right down the field and into the end zone.
So obviously his confidence was never lost, and that's a good thing to see. Great quality to have, and you absolutely must maintain that as a quarterback. But I have to think that they're probably still on the script that they prepared for this game. Just the second drive. They've worked on these plays all week in practice. Put them to good use on that one.
The Bucs take over first and 10.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Darnold. Forced out to his left. He's going to take off with it. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down. The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for 3rd down.
58 to Mike, 58 to Mike. Hey, Echo.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. He's got Evans. And a nice gain of 21 yards. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Darnold now to throw. It's caught. It's Miller. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down.
He steps out of bounds right at the line of scrimmage.
They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. To the air again, Darnold. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up 4th down. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. Christian McCaffrey deep for Carolina. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. On 2nd and 12, Bridgewater. And he's got it complete to Anderson. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 13 yards, first down, Panthers.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. Here's a run on first down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
On 2nd and 11 now. Bridgewater, a 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 29, and they will take over at the 29-yard line.
Watch the eye. Hey, alert three.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he will force his way forward for a yard or two, but I have a good feeling this will be coming back. So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide, and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
After the penalty, it's Jones. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half.
Check right. You got
From the 24, Darnold. And, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 13-yard line. They'll run on first down. It's Jones, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. On second down, it's Jones. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. The Bucs forced to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number one. Really in a hole here, 3rd and 17 following the 2 negative plays. The shotgun snap for Darnold. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Gay's kick is good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14. So a very tight first half. We had to break in a 1-point game. As we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. Second half action underway. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Bridgewater. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off at the 49. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. Well, when I saw the pressure coming at him, that just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do...
And, it'll be intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And they'll have the football, but deep in their own territory as he's brought down at the 5.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
Following the interception, here's Bridgewater. Open man is Robbie Anderson. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. A good pickup there, a 22. Bridgewater now looking to throw on first. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
2nd and 10 now from the 27. They go play action. Bridgewater. That one complete to Anderson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 47. Out of the pistol, McCaffrey. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come on here. Come get some.
On 2nd and 11 now. Bridgewater. That's to McCaffrey. Complete. And they go backwards here. Losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. To throw, Bridgewater. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. T.J. Green with a pick. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. From the 35 on 2nd down, Darnold. Open man, Gronkowski complete. 14 yards there and a Buccaneer first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Now Darnold. Quickly to Gronkowski. That's caught. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 14 yards there and a Buccaneer first down.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little game. On 1st and 10, Darnold steps away to his left. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
Switch. Kill. Hey, turn it up. Slam.
They'll run with a former Tar Heel, T.J. Logan, fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming.
Makes it 3rd and 8.
Right there. 54 Mike. Hey, let's get that ball. Hey, 80. Check.
Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the first down. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. So now the field goal unit trots out there for the 3rd time tonight. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And they jump back in front here. It's 9-7. All 9 points for him coming via the field goal, and this last one puts him out in front.
All the field goals are great, but you know I'm going to get pessimistic here, right? Because you got to score touchdowns to win games in the NFL. I just wonder if all these field goals, great now, or if they'll come back and haunt them later on.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. Now, I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
McCaffrey. And a great move again. And he's taken down inside the 30. It's a Panthers 1st down, 17 yards on the play.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. Back to the ground on 1st. It's McCaffrey. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Bridgewater. Sliding out of the pocket. He'll get that to DeValve, the tight end. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
The Panthers on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. Got to kick it, right? I mean, even the short yardage, you boot this thing, don't you?
Yeah, but I know how aggressive you are. I know what you want. You want to go for it, don't you? You're feeling it, aren't you?
Yeah, but treat it like a football game, not like Madden.
I like that. Fight the temptation, kick the field goal, because if you go for it and don't get it, you put a lot on your defense in a short amount of time.
So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 30-yard line.
Let's put that team on a
Again, it's Jones. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this first down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Back to throw, Darnold. Open man has got it. It's complete. One heck of a 3rd down conversion. 33 yards. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a first down. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. This is Logan. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Shaq Thompson on the tackle that time.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Darnold. This is caught. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Working the sideline there, good route, good catch, first down, and he gets out of bounds.
Now you have to like the play calling because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and incompletions to use the clock.
And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on 1st and goal? And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Ronald Jones, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Bucs are going to retake the lead. Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. Now it's the backup Newton. And this one's caught. And their 4th quarter lead grows by a couple more. So they're able to throw it in for the 2-point conversion. And sometimes that can be a risky play, but they got it.
Yeah, you always have to be careful here because if you do get it intercepted, it's returned by the defense. That's 2 points for them, but he identified an open target and put it right on him.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, Bridgewater gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12.
First down, Panthers.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. First down, Bridgewater. He'll get this to McCaffrey out of the backfield. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
Bottom line, 2-yard gain's just not going to cut it in this situation. You've got to move the ball downfield in order to have a chance.
Defense will give them that the rest of the way. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. Now Bridgewater. And Anderson's got it. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
That'll be a gain of 16, and they're going to have a 3rd down. Bridgewater to throw. Open man is Anderson. And he gets this down deep into Tampa Bay territory. A big play there for Carolina. 45 yards. So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. Back to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. He's back to throw. And that's complete to McCaffrey. A good display of footwork. It gets him just inside the 5 to the 4. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Here's Bridgewater. Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And they were hoping to get down there, get the score, and get this thing into overtime. How deflating.
Absolutely. I mean, let's face it, heartbreaking. They had an opportunity, had a chance, and probably were feeling pretty good about what was going on, and that was taken away from them by their own mistake.
Yep, the opportunity squashed. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory.
And that's exactly what's being stated into the head coach's headset. Oftentimes they have a guy upstairs who monitors this at the end of the game. A little clock management 101.
So fire the cannons. It's a victory here for Tampa Bay. And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points.